Hello, it is August 22nd, 2025, and I am taking some video here. This might be one of the last days that I have old Betsy here. I decided to sell her. It was time. This is Betsy. She's a 1966 Chevrolet Impala station wagon with an original numbers matching. The original from the factory 396 big block engine. I bought Betsy in 2005. Betsy was born, I don't know which factory she came off of, but when Betsy was first purchased, she was purchased in December of 1965 in Roswell, New Mexico. And this is the dealer tag for her. Valley Chevrolet, Roswell. The person who owned her first, and I'm only the second owner, was a man named Bob Bond. And Bob Bond drove Betsy all across the country with his kids. I believe he had two or three kids. So Betsy spent her whole life up until the year 2005, 1966 to 2005. What's that? About 40 years in Roswell, New Mexico. She had about 290,000 miles when I purchased her. After she was shipped up, she was running at the time. I did some work with her. I had the front and rear suspension redone. As you can see, new wheels, new springs. I had all the parts removed. I had new suspension arms put on, new bushings, etc. And I converted her to a dual master cylinder, disc brakes in the front. I think I drove about 5,000 or 8,000 miles with her. I don't forget exactly how many miles I drove her. Took her to some shows. Believe it or not, after all those years, Betsy was never in an accident until I took her and with my wife and stepson, and I forget, maybe a friend of his named Zach, and we got a ding right there at Seekonk Raceway on demo derby night while leaving the parking lot. Because of the need of getting into a different school system for our son, we moved to a different town in 2007. And in 2006, late 2006, I had just started to disassemble Betsy. My whole plan was to do a full engine rebuild and make a couple of other modifications in the front. Even though she was so clean, I just wanted to take it apart and rebuild it myself. And then one thing led to the next, and life just prevented me from working on her. I bought her for a very, very reasonable price. After purchasing her, it was about $10,000 or so invested in professional services to work on her. And then after that, I bought a lot of parts. Everything I took off of her except the old transmission is still here. And there's a lot of new parts, weather stripping, a center console, sound padding for the floor. There was a lot this is actually the sheet metal panels for the front quarters. As you can see, there's a little rust there. I already have the replacements for that. A big Tilton starter motor. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I purchased for her. And I made the decision a few months ago that I'm just not going to be able to do it. It's going to take more time and more money than I have right now. And I've made a decision to dedicate as much of my life and energy as possible to Houstonic.live. So the good news is that very quickly, I believe Betsy found a home. Someone came out and looked at her, one of the very first hits on Facebook, and she had, almost 10,000 hits in one day. There was something about the reply that really appealed to me. And I met the person, and very, very nice gentleman. He lost his wife, actually, in COVID. which is crazy because they were only in their 50s. He has 4 kids and just recently became a granddad. He had a few old cars of his own, which he actually had to sell while his wife was struggling for her own life in the hospital. And he lost those cars, and he was just looking for another car to restore and to be sort of that family car, maybe for his early years as being a granddad. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I could have found a better home for her. So I'm a little teary because little Betsy here, a big Betsy, has been sitting in the garage for a long, long time. And I had a lot of plans, and I did have some fun, but it's okay. Thing is that I kept all the parts meticulously organized. Everything was in the basement. Betsy was in the garage. I think even until today, I don't think she's seen more than a week of rain in all of those years. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I mean, just look at how solid all the metal is. So even though, I mean, it may look rough at first, but I'm telling you, she's solid. I mean, this has just been bare metal. This is where the cars usually rust out. Just a little surface rust, and it's perfect. A little area down below needed to be cut out because this is usually where pine needles and stuff collect. And that's the one area where he'll need to do some custom patching. But because Betsy has been disassembled, the new owner knows that he can see everything. There's no surprises with her. So I'm gonna miss her a lot. But you know what? What really had me bothered was thinking that she wouldn't find a home where someone would take care of her. This car is gonna drive again. I have to think positively. This car is going to drive again. And that's a beautiful thing. She's got a soul. I think God put some positive energy into this car. And for whatever reason, it just wasn't my time to finally restore her and give her that opportunity. And it's okay. Maybe she'll actually have a better life this way. Maybe I would have goofed it up. Maybe I was the place that she needed to just sit and wait for the opportunity to be restored by this new family. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's going to give me a little bit of capital for the business. Not exactly a ton. It's mostly a big loss financially as well. But that's okay. I got some fun out of it. And I mean, there's people who buy big, huge pickup trucks every year and just lose $10,000 a year in car depreciation. I've never done that. In case you're wondering, I bought her for $5 and I'm selling her for $5. So there is a loss financially with all of the other parts, lots of parts, and of course the storage, and of course all of the other professional restoration services. But that's okay, and I'm okay being transparent about it. You know, I don't want someone creating some rumor that I'm selling the car and making a huge pile of money, because I'm really not. But just wanted to share Betsy one last time, capture her on my channel. This is the car. I've talked about her a lot. In case you're curious, doors over there. There's the original 396. I have it on a custom stand. It was working just fine on the day that she came out. 296,000 miles on a 396 big block. Original. We scraped off the number. It's a pure numbers matching. It's the original engine to the car when she came out of the factory. How about that? So that's it, everyone. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day. Have a great upcoming weekend. God bless. Thank you, Lord, for finding a good family and a good new home for Betsy. I'm gonna miss her a lot. But at least she's got a good home. Thank you, everyone. Take care. God bless.